Hey there, folks. Hopefully this video is in the correct orientation. I had a couple of different subscribers reach out to me and give me some instructions on how to turn the mirroring off on my camera. And if everything goes right, I'm going to say it did work. Sometimes you just, when you're looking to figure something out and you're not sure what it's called, that can make it really hard to figure something out. And that's what I wasn't sure what my problem was and what the actual problem was called. So once I was let know, oh, this is your problem, it's in selfie mode. Oh, okay. So I figured it out. So hopefully this works out okay. But I was able to get the fretless bass all together, and here it is. See if we can go back and. So that's what it looks like. Turned out I think it looks pretty nice. And I want to tell you about one of the challenges I had building this. And you may run into the same thing. And the challenge I had was this was a bass that I bought off of a guy who had bought the neck and the body and the machine heads somewhere else. I think he said he bought them at a guitar show somewhere. And he bought the parts and he never finished the project. And I bought it, and you saw my videos where I patched the hole that was in the back. And I patched the hole that was in the side for the jack. And I rerouted it out and converted it so it would be look like a traditional P bass with a pit guard. And one of the problems with this body that I did not catch was that the reason this was probably a second is that the neck pocket on this bass is routed 1/8 of an inch too deep. And that doesn't sound like a lot, 1/8 of an inch, but when you start trying to get a bridge set up, it's a big deal. And the problem I had was I could not get the action anywhere close to where I wanted it. The action was way too high for me. Now I'm a sissy. I like low action, and it just I can play better with I wouldn't say I like the lowest of low action, but I would call my action like medium low. And I don't know if you can. Yeah, hopefully you can see the gap between there. It's not super low, but it's pretty low. I don't like to fight with the bass when I'm playing it. And I could not get the action even close to that with the bridge. The bridge just would not physically go down low enough. So I had two options here. One is I could pull the neck back off. I could make a shim to go in here behind the neck pocket. I could glue that in. I could flush cut it all the way around, and then I'd need to refinish the body. So I'd need to repaint this whole body in order to make that repair. Now, I live in Ohio, okay? It's January in Ohio. It's freezing outside. I'm married. I have a teenage daughter. Trust me, there's no way I would get away with spraying lacquer in the house anywhere, right? And still have any sort of peace in my household. So repainting it would have to wait till next summer. And I really just want to get this project done. So the way I fix this, and I'm not saying this is a recommended way of fixing it, but I'm just pointing out that there's more than one way to skin a cat. And there's more than one way to fix a bridge or fix a problem on an instrument. So what I did to get more lower height adjustment out of this bridge is I took the saddles and I basically ground off the lower half of them, or the lower third of them. And I also deepened the grooves in the top of the saddles. And that was able to give me enough adjustment to where I could get the action to where it's acceptable. I'll talk about the rest of the bass here. I know I mentioned last time I bought these used Ibanez pickups, and I got to tell you, I'm really tickled with these. These things sound really good. They have a lot of output, and I like that. One thing I'm not happy about is this three-way switch, and it's finicky. It's having problems. My other base, the three-way switch, has been on there for years, so I'm going to take this back apart and see if I can maybe I can run some fine sandpaper between the contacts or something. There's something going on that is causing it to intermittently not work, and that's just not acceptable. But aside from that, you know, I really didn't have any other major issues with putting this together. It's always an issue getting the ground wire soldered on the bridge, on the back of the bridge. And you can find videos out there. On one of these bigger, thick, high-mass bridges, usually what I'll do is I'll grind off a spot of the chrome on the back, and I'll use a propane torch to heat it up so I can get enough heat in it so the solder will stick. But aside from that, the rest of this is really pretty much straightforward. The only thing I would say is, you know, is when you take on somebody else's project, and that's what this base was. This was somebody else had started this project, and they kind of abandoned it, and then I bought that project to finish it. You know, it's probably the smartest idea is to get the drawings of what all the routes and everything should be and measure them first. If I would have done that, I wouldn't have had this whole issue trying to make the bridge work with this deep neck pocket. But other than that, this project went really well. I'll play it a little bit for you. I'm gonna do another video where I'll just go through all of the sounds on this bass. But let's see here. So I think it sounds really good. Strong harmonics, and it really sounds nice. It plays really well too, so that's always an addition. So that's just an update on it, and the next video I'll put up after I've had a little chance to practice on this thing. I haven't played fretless in about 10 years, so I need to do a little wood shedding before I really do a good demo on it, so as I don't embarrass myself too bad. I'll probably just embarrass myself a little bit, but I can live with that. So that'll be it for tonight, and hope you guys have a good weekend. Thanks.